Let's talk Ahsoka Episode 5 predictions. The end of Ahsoka Episode 4 left us with the crazy reveal of potentially Ahsoka Tano being dead in the world between worlds, meeting Anakin freaking Skywalker. Now, this scene here pretty much broke the internet. Everyone was talking about it, and the last time I seen hype this big was when we got Luke in Mando Season 2, the finale. Episode 5, I'm very excited to talk about, and I want you guys to comment below your theories, what you think we're going to see and what's going to happen in Episode 5, because literally, since Episode 4 ended at the World Between Worlds, anything is on the table. Anything. Anything. If you guys aren't familiar with the World Between Worlds, I kind of made a short video here talking about it. I'll link it down in the description. But it's from Rebels. It's a pathway between all time and space. So it's not really time travel per se, but it's just a pathway where just everything exists at once. The only people we've ever seen in the World Between Worlds, Ezra, Ahsoka when she got saved, Ahsoka now, Anakin, and Morai. We've seen Morai floating around, but also Emperor Palpatine kind of was, not that he was in it, but he saw Ahsoka and Ezra in there and try to kind of catch them with this blue smoke, this blue magic. The World Between Worlds, when we see it in Rebels, Ezra's walking through and he hears tons of scenes from all over Star Wars history, from the Phantom Menace, I think even to the sequels, to iconic moments in the original trilogy. So literally, with Ahsoka being there with Anakin, they can be walking through and we could literally see or hear anything in Star Wars history, which is very cool, which is why all these theory videos are going to be amazing, because literally anything could happen in there. We could see anything, and there's a chance it could happen because they're in the World Between Worlds. So the way I think Episode 5 is going to go, I think we're going to come back to Ahsoka and Anakin. They're going to do a lot of talking. I think we're going to see them walking through the World Between Worlds. And I have a feeling the way it's going to go is they're just going to walk by different portals and seeing kind of different what if scenarios. And one of them that's been rumored for so long, this might be a spoiler because it's a leak rumor. What if Ahsoka was there at Mustafar instead of Kenobi? So we might see for a brief moment the Duel of Mustafar with Anakin and Ahsoka, a version of Ahsoka. So that'll be very crazy to see something like that, especially if it's Anakin and Ahsoka watching it through a portal. That's just going to be insane. So the one thing that I want to see, and this is just me being a selfish Darth Maul fan, is I want to see them walk by a portal and kind of see the Siege of Mandalore live. And Anakin kind of say, even if you would have joined Maul to take down Palpatine, this still all would have happened, or something like that. Something along those lines where it's no matter what decision you would have made, everything still would have turned out the way it was. Which I think is going to be the main point of their conversation and walkthrough, because she's going to probably have a lot of regret and I wish I was there for you, blah, blah, blah. I think he's going to explain to her, no matter what, this was always going to happen and this was always the outcome. And we might see different scenarios play out different, but the outcome is still the same, him turning to the dark side. Hopefully he shows us showing Ahsoka him coming back to the light, and maybe we'll see a portal where we see Luke redeeming his father, saving his father. That would be crazy for Ahsoka to learn that and see that. Or anything with Luke. I would love to hear Anakin say, how's my son doing? Or how's Luke doing? Because at this point, she's already met Luke in Book of Boba, which happens before Mando Season 3. And this show, I believe, supposedly is happening along the same time as Mando Season 3. So technically at this point, she should have met and knows Luke. So I wonder if there's going to be a Luke conversation in there too. So there's just so many crazy options. I think a good chunk of the episode will be that. Hopefully that we get a lot of Hayden. Please, Dave, please, please. I think the other half of the show is going to show them getting to the other galaxy, and I hope we get Thrawn. I hope it's not a long, drawn-out thing in these next 4 episodes to get Thrawn. I hope we get Thrawn so we could have a decent amount of him over these last 4 episodes, the last half of the season. And I think we'll get Ezra, but I think it'll be a tease. How this episode ended with Anakin, I think this 5th episode is going to end with Ezra tease, us seeing Ezra, and then we'll be super hyped for the next week. So I think it's going to be a hype train from here on out, and every episode is going to end with us wanting more when we know we shouldn't, and I'm all for it. Now, another reason I think this episode is going to literally melt our minds and break the internet is because they're putting it in movie theaters. Now, if Disney has the balls to have a fan event for a random episode in the middle of a season in movie theaters, they know they got it. They know they have a guaranteed banger that is going to drive everyone nuts and create an insane amount of hype and buzz. Now, I'm wondering if part of this is due to the strikes because they can't really promote it with the actors and stuff. Maybe they're just trying to do it to have the fans talking about it and promote it as kind of like a free type of promotion, which is possible because they did that for the first 2 episodes. They did a fan event and a ton of people got to watch it. So it's not unheard of, but still, it still is pretty unique that there's 10 cities in the U.S. that's going to be playing at a movie theater. And it's also going to be going to select theaters in London, in Bangkok, and in Brazil. So let me know what you guys think about that is coming to theaters. And are any of these theaters by you? And are you going to check it out? Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm going to be here with you guys with the live pre-show, the live after show, and recording my reaction to it. Because I feel like it's going to be a very special episode. And I want to like capture that moment. Because I think we're going to have a lot to talk about after that. So let me know in the comments your predictions for episode 5, and check out this one next.